trap. Welcome to the trap.
Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap.
Let's go. Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Protect.
Yo, peace.
Protect your energy. Saw the mirror today, so congrats on that.
Yeah, thank you, man.
That's a
Posting my goals.
huge milestone.
Yeah, man, I feel like that's gonna be really good. Like me just seeing it every day, even me seeing it just today. Like every time I walk in the bathroom, being like, oh, and even like my girl looking at it, she's like, okay.
That's annoying though, but that's
I mean,
good accountability measure.
It's
but
accountability.
It's annoying.
To me, it's just like I feel.
I guess
like,
it could be either. It could be annoying or inspirational, depending on how you take it.
Inspirational, and I feel like she knows, so she can support me anyway. Like, you know, this a goal for me to cook more, eat out less. Then you're gonna try to support that. Like, all right.
Yeah, it's just that all people don't, and that's what's annoying.
That's true.
It's
that's
annoying
true.
when somebody is doing it, and it doesn't feel like it's coming from a
good place. Yeah.
Accountability place. It's a thin line to me sometimes where. Even in our friend group, sometimes you tell somebody you're trying to do something, and of course, every time you talk to them now,
so you're doing that?
Update. And it's just like, that's not what it was for.
Yeah, like I got a goal on there about a side hustle, and I showed my cousin who inspired me to put my sticky notes on my mirror, and I'm like, yeah, I got this going. She's like, what's the side hustle? And I'm like, I'm not really sharing it. No, I want to know, because it's like one of those things where if you tell somebody, they're like,
there?
what you doing?
Every time now.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on,
so I feel it. Sometimes it happen like that.
It's a good pressure, though, sometimes.
Sometimes.
If it causes you to act, I mean, it's doing its job.
Yeah, for sure. You got your goals, your system, man? Like, your system
It's still shaky.
Okay.
It's still a little shaky, but working.
Yeah.
Working 1%. That's what I'm telling myself. But
1% better every day.
Working. I got a lot of strategic plans in place, in motion. But I need to get some stuff in action. Yeah, I got to get to the action side real quick.
All right, welcome back to Zen Trap. This is the Zen Trap Chat. I'm one of your two hosts, Yogi LG.
Zen P.
And our mission here at the Zen Trap is to inspire and empower people to continuously seek internal peace.
To maximize their personal potential.
There it is. My boy got it. P, how's it going for you, man? How's life?
Life is great. Life is always good.
Okay.
Life be lifing, as young folks like to say.
Life be lifing.
But I can't call it. I can't complain. Just like the old folks say, I can't complain. Any day above dirt is a good day.
This man is old and from a husky. For sure.
But yeah, I love the age range we in. I really do love this.
You love being, how old are you?
I'm 32.
32. You love being 32. I'm 32 as well.
I love the progression. I love finding out that what people say all the time that maybe you didn't believe, or I didn't believe when I was younger, that people never really grow up. I love finding that to be more and more true every single day. Yeah. You find a lot of old souls and they turn out to be the same old people. So I think, especially coming from where I'm from, and you can speak on this a little bit because you have country family members as well, come from small town. When you go to a small town, it just feels like everybody turns into like the same kind of person when they older. Mm-hmm. And when you get around other people and see some of the differences sometimes, it's just like, oh, like, it's different types of old people. And you might see it on TV, but when you meet them, it's a lot different. And it changes, again, it's a shift in your perspective, which is all we like talking about here. Because, like, when you see it, it makes you be like, oh, yeah, I can do that. Yeah. I don't have to be
the same way as all these other
I don't
other
have
people.
to be the same way.
And you know what's crazy is I hope that, like, and because we not living in it, but I think that social media allows everybody to kind of access so much information, right? So you growing up in a small town, you didn't have access to all that information. So you just had to use like TV to like say like, oh, I could be different. I don't have to stay here.
This is pre-internet, guys.
Right. But now I don't see why people would stay in small town lives. Like, knowing there's so much more, you can access so much more. They get to see it. They see a lot more.
I mean, the resource deprivation is still there.
True. Touche.
That don't, just because you can see it, don't take away none of that type of struggle.
I feel like they should have more like I ain't gonna say dreams, but they should be like more.
Well, the dreams don't change. Me seeing it didn't change my dreams per se. Like,
Okay.
you tell the story about your mom all the time about how, like, even when she ain't had see nothing, she just always
She
knew.
Yeah.
So the dreams per se didn't really change for me. It just kind of makes your dreams more.
Okay.
It amplifies it almost
got
of
you.
like, oh, this can be done, or it gives you more direction and more fulfillment in the dream. It makes it more vivid of like, oh yeah, this can happen. I don't have to. Because I ain't gonna lie, I used to think when I was in college, I feel like it was Asha. Asha told me, I used to keep thinking like, oh, if I make it to 70, that was a good life, baby.
10, baby.
That was a good life. 70.
10. I still feel that way.
Okay, which hopefully we can shift that a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but I used to just really believe like 70 was super. Like I thought 70 was like old and rigid and type stuff. Like you couldn't be 70 and
still be active. And
active.
do stuff,
All
yeah.
this. Like I used to be like, oh, 70 is when you on the way. I'm on the way out. If I hit 70, I had a good life.
Yeah,
and I think that was a lot of product of my environment more so than.
sure.
But now it's like, oh, at 70 you can still be like super.
You could be fit,
active, good.
Yeah, that's.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I think. Like, I think that's been like something that I've seen recently that's like amazed me. That watching people like as they get older get more fit, like Shannon Sharp or Skip, or like some of these people like they physical fitness improving as they get older. It's just something I did not see growing up. Like everybody just declined as they got older.
Super decline. Like whether you were not athletic or even athletes.
Yes.
And it seemed like the athletes fell off the worst to me.
Sure. I remember
like,
Charles Barkley retired.
Somebody just being the same like your whole life, like versus somebody who used to put 4 quarters on the top of the backboard, and as soon as they done with college or wherever they
Beer
did,
belly.
Oh, just off. And you could be just super depressed because you know what you used to be and just be like, you just leaning on that heavy. So
do you feel like as a society we've all pushed more towards like physical fitness?
And just to open up a little bit, our topic for this month is going to be around fitness. So we're going to talk about fitness a little bit here and there, but fitness is going to be the theme for this month. Last month it was goals. Setting goals. This month it's going to be around fitness. And you asked me,
do you feel like as a society we've all shifted more towards focusing on physical fitness?
I don't think so. Me
think
personally,
we just got older and started to see it?
I think fitness has always been is not more or less. I think fitness has been the same kind of topic. When we were younger,
we just were oblivious to it.
No, I don't think we was oblivious. I can tell you some stuff, and I bet you're gonna know about it. Whether you Billy Blank, Tabo, and all of that. You know what that is?
Yeah.
It used to be super fitness infomercials all the time. My mama used to buy a bike, an ab roller, all this other different stuff. Fitness has always been around and talked about and stuff in the same capacity to me. I think what's changing in our culture now is, of course, you know, the mental health type stuff, but I think it's the mental health has gone around to all health. So it's all about overall health, and fitness is a big kind of
mental
piece.
Health, the mental fitness has impacted everyone, and they're saying like physical fitness is a part of being mentally fit, or vice versa.
I think health conscious has been amplified more.
So part of your overall wellness
has been talked about, and fitness is a piece of that. So it feels like it's been talked about more. But
I like that perspective.
Inside of the fitness, you talk about diet, mental health, all of those types of things. So it's shedding this, to me, it's already been light on it. It's just setting a little bit more light on it from a different
Do you feel like when you mentally in a better space, you're physically in a better space? Or vice versa? When you're physically in a better space, you're mentally in a better space?
I know that mental health plays a big factor on your physical fitness. I don't think it has a direct correlation. I don't think so.
Okay.
Even though
for you, or are you just saying in general?
I'm speaking super in general, but I know that I guess I know that not to be true because
what about for yourself? Like, do you feel
me?
Yeah, for you. Therefore you don't have to like take into consideration other people. For you, when you're physically more fit, do you feel like you're mentally more focused, or vice versa? When you're mentally more focused, you can easily get physically more focused. Like,
I honestly can't call it. I know me working out and stuff helps me stay in a good mental space.
okay,
But I can't say that, I guess, me working out makes me directly happy, even though it probably does. I'm just not correlating it.
I think about all the time how they say, like, after you work out, you release endorphins. Like, you should
And
during it,
1,000%.
you like you feel better. All
I
this
definitely
other
have
stuff.
that rush.
But at the same time, it's not. I feel like it don't linger long. Therefore, the next day when it's time to work out, you're already like, oh, fuck, I gotta go to the gym.
And that's 1,000% true. But the mindset shift that hopefully hopes to happen, and it's happening for me a little bit, is yes, the time when you finish, it doesn't, I guess, stay for long, but it does. It's so intense or impactful for that short moment. It lets you snowball into other stuff.
I got you.
So me going to work out, I start to go to work out just to get that feeling.
Yeah.
Versus,
First,
I've never, like, it's not workouts that I truly enjoy. Like, I may enjoy like games like basketball or playing football and like activities where like you're working out but you're really playing the game. I enjoy that, but just working out, that's not that fun until you, again, when you finish.
see, I like attaching my workout. Now, I agree. I get the endorphins rush after I work out, but I like, for now, I attach my workouts to something also that I enjoy. Like, I enjoy the people that I work out with. So now when I go to the spot where I work out, it's like, oh, I'm excited to see these people.
Yeah, it's a motivator.
And so you asked me like last episode or something like that about like what's a motivator, what's an internal motivator. I really struggle with that. A lot of my motivators are outside motivators. And I really been thinking about that and pondering that. So,
Oh, good. I almost forgot to ask you that. Yeah.
yeah, just to circle back. But like, that's one of my motivators for working out is like working out with the people that I'm going to be around.
Yeah, I remember Angela Bassett, I think she said she pays for a coach or a fitness instructor just because that's what motivates her.
Yeah.
I'm paying this money. I'm going to go to them classes. So, yeah, it's nothing wrong with that. I think, of course, that would motivate me too. Almost just because I'm a frugal type of person. Like, if I'm paying you $200 a month, I'm going to be on time for these classes.
Every
That's
Monday,
a big
Wednesday,
motivator
Friday.
for me to roll up out of that bed. Just like, I ain't going to miss a lot of days of work just because I need that. I need a paycheck.
That money.
I need a paycheck. So,
Yeah.
it's nothing wrong with those. It's just, again, having that intrinsic one is just like other stuff. It's one of those, people be talking about education and stuff. Can't nobody take that away from you.
Exactly.
It's nice to have one that can't be touched.
It ain't tied to nobody. Yeah.
Like Giannis was talking about, where he learned to enjoy those moments in the gym when he's by himself.
Yeah.
Working, nobody's around.
Yeah.
Learning to love that, and like nobody can stop you.
All right, cool. I got another question around fitness.
Yeah, sure.
Do you feel like, so, and it kind of goes back to the mental versus physical fitness. Do you feel like it's easier to get your body aligned and like to start consistently working out, your body responds first, or do you feel like your mind responds first? As far as like being consistent with working out. Like, all right, so let's say you ain't worked out in 6 months, right? And you're like, all right, a New Year's resolution or just new goal, I'm going to start working out.
Mm-hmm.
Within that first, let's say 4 weeks, do you feel like your body responds first to like, all right, being consistent now is getting easier. I'm craving that feeling of working out. I'm used to it. My muscles aren't getting as sore. Or does your mind get into the space of like, all right, this is something that I want to do. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to be intentional. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? I know that it releases endorphins. I feel mentally more stable when I'm working out. What do you feel like responds?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say your mind, but my real answer is neither.
What do you mean?
When you first starting, especially if it's been 6 months, I even give you a month.
Mm-hmm.
Your body is not going to respond to it being consistent quicker more because your body going to be sore for the first 2 to 3 weeks to almost that first month.
For
like
sure.
you're going to be hurting. Like that just is
sure.
what it is. Unless you are stepping it up gradually, like I guess you probably should be.
Yeah.
If you taking your time doing workouts that aren't like super pushing you out of the way, making you super sore, which I would highly recommend, take like little steps to kind of just keep it consistent, then you're going to be sore. And what I tell everybody that works out, and they say the same thing about like, oh, I went, but I got sore. You stayed sore for so long because you didn't go back. Like you got like the only way to get rid of the soreness is to go back, which sucks. But you be thinking like, oh, I'm so sore, like I need to rest. Yeah, you need to rest for a day or two, but you need to go back to get it off, or you're gonna be sore for like the rest of the week. Like you're gonna be hurting. So I would say your body responds, but it's not gonna respond to get consistent for a while. Like you got to be consistent for it to get consistent. And your mind thing, the reason why I almost would say neither is, I think a lot of people go into it just like New Year's resolutions, where you have this goal, you're super committed in the beginning, but that fades too. Motivation fades quickly.
Yeah. Consistency is what
consistently. So your mind's gonna respond first, because the reason you probably started was a mind thing. Mm-hmm. It was a mind thing. You had a goal and stuff, but once the mind thing goes away, that's why I get back to neither. Like you sore. It is people that like working out. Those people usually are the people that look fit, or they fitness instructors. But for the most part, the same people I know that tries the stuff like me or does the stuff, or when I'm listening to people on podcasts and stuff, nobody likes getting up early. Nobody likes doing the fitness. Yeah, they are, but I think they're like the few in between. The vast majority of us, we don't like getting up early. We don't like doing. I'll just put it all in one bucket. We don't like doing stuff that makes us uncomfortable. I just posted something today that Deron liked too, and I'm gonna find it. Take like 2 seconds. And it goes back to almost that Lisa Nichols, and she was the one that posted it. A familiar discomfort can be more attractive to us than an unfamiliar new possibility.
A familiar discomfort can be more attractive than a unfamiliar new possibility. Whatever new possibility can be uncomfortable. Yeah, but I mean, touche.
So I put it all in that same bucket of, if you're and again, I don't want to go into like super preachy mode, so I just want to try and keep it as simple as possible. Your brain is designed to protect you from things that you deem as uncomfortable. Yep. Long story short. So if you deem the work you got to do is uncomfortable, if you deem folding clothes is uncomfortable, if you deem going to the gym, that's where procrastination and all that stuff comes into play. If your brain is like I literally will fidget around my room. If it's something that I don't want to do, I'll start looking at dumb stuff like, oh, dang, why that ain't clean? Let me go ahead and clean that up real quick. Just picking random stuff up, putting that away, just so that I don't have to do the one thing
that I'm dreading the most. Yeah.
So I think for the vast majority of people, it's not going to be a mind or like, you really need to find. That's why I was saying that intrinsic thing. Like you got to find either a reason, and you got to change your mindset to be consistent of, this is just what I do now. So even I tell myself now, I work out every day. Yeah. Am I going to work out every day? Probably not. I'm going to have some days where I miss it for sure. But my rule for now is every day I work out for 30, 45 minutes. Every day I'm going to work out.
Yeah.
Just to get myself in that mindset of, I'm going to work out every day.
This is who I am.
This is who I am. This is what I do.
That's good.
But it's necessary. Do I enjoy it every time? Hell no. Yeah. Hell no.
You think you'll become one of them people who like needs to work out? Like,
no. I mean, I would love that, but I would love to do it so much where I transition into one of those people who say like, oh, if I don't meditate and work out to start my day, my whole day just feels unaligned and off. But I can say I feel what they're saying, because when you do it and you see the good results, you almost want to like give it to something else. Be like, oh, that was just chance, or this was something else. So you just get out of alignment again. So for me, I struggle with always having to fight my way back to center, like we talked about in the retreat. Sometimes it's just like,
getting back,
constantly just going away and coming back, back.
I'm telling you, NDRE got a song called "Back to the Middle." That's my joy. That helps me get back to the middle.
Probably haven't heard it. I downloaded the album, but
back to the middle for sure. All right, man. I mean, I feel like this is gonna be a good month talking about physical fitness, exploring kind of like how that relates to you finding your internal peace and maximizing your potential as a person. I think it relates. I know a lot of people got goals coming up for the year, already set goals that are related to physical in some way, and that's a big part of your life, just like other things are. Physical is a big part of your life, so hopefully we can inspire you to hit your physical goals and be aware of your physical wellness and fitness in general.
Yeah, I was trying to Google stuff about like why working out is so hard and stuff like that. I didn't find much of other than the same old stuff as mindsets and
your body responding.
What do you think it is?
Energy. I mean, I think it's a mindset thing for sure. It's a mindset thing, but of course, physically, some people have some physical impairments that literally, you know what I'm saying? Or even the fact that if you haven't been working out, literally working out drains more energy than you're used to. And so everything in your body says, this is uncomfortable. It's draining me of literally the carbohydrates, the energy, the cells that I need. Like, I don't want to do this no more. So your body is telling you physically that it's tough, and your mind is protecting yourself and saying, like, this is something that we don't want to do. It's uncomfortable. We haven't done it before. Let's not do this. Let's make reasons why we shouldn't do this. Those two things are probably the biggest two reasons that anybody doesn't focus on their physical fitness for a consistent period of time.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the times we get tied up, and again, from what I was reading too, we get tied up into the results. So when you do work out, it's usually for a short sprint for the summertime, just to look good for 2 months, or your birthday's coming up. I got a milestone to hit. I need to take a good looking picture. Yeah. Nothing wrong with those things, but it's definitely ways where you can incorporate it more into a habit that you do on the regular. One of the things I saw in the article was like, just exercise alone is not it. Like, if you think about it like that, exercise alone is not really going to do a big benefit for you. He's like, if you go out and exercise and then you just keep falling off the wagon thinking I can eat whatever I want, or I don't have to, I did my yoga for the day, now I don't have to move no more for the rest of the day, I can just lay on the couch, eat whatever I want, then you're really not getting the benefits of it. So I just think we all get into like results oriented, because I remember that time at Jamaica when I was doing the weight loss challenge thing for the money, and I went and was trying to get a scale so I could get a picture.
The dude, what did the dude tell you?
The dude said, "Oh, we don't have no scales in this gym. You just how your clothes fit and all this other stuff.
How you feel,
how your clothes fit and stuff." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool and all, but I need a scale, nigga. That's cool.
I got some money on the line.
Don't worry, I got all that intrinsic stuff. I need a scale." But I love that type of mindset. So I like different cultures.
But I think even like I feel better. I try to make a habit of like when you talk about what I eat, like when I go to the grocery store, I don't shop in the middle aisles. Everything should be on the outside.
I've heard that. That is true.
But I mean, I literally, once I started being intentional about it, it was like, oh man, like I'm just going to buy healthier stuff, because I'm literally not going in to get like processed. Like I'm just going to buy
real food, raw,
real, raw, like gotta stay cold, or produce, like
stuff that expires. Yeah,
exactly. So, I feel good when I'm cooking that way, when I'm eating that way. That's something that I like have felt like when I enjoy cooking. So when I cook and eat well, like when I'm eating good stuff, I can consistently do that if I.
Oh, you know what I just thought about from you saying that? You told me about how when you finish working out, you get that release of endorphins, and it's short and intense. Mm-hmm. Food is the same way. So why can't you make working out be the same way?
What you mean?
When I eat some chicken wings or something, or any kind of really good food, for some people it's usually like desserts or sweets because it's the sugar. When you finish eating it, you get a real high endorphins release. Sure. But it don't last long.
Oh, but we go back.
We go back to that though. But I guess you enjoy it while you're doing it too. Versus, never mind. All right, I answered my own question. Never mind. I ain't feeling how I feel eating chicken wings when I'm doing like a squat. Like, never mind. I answered my own question. Never mind.
Yeah, but I think you're right though. Like it is definitely like your food and what you put in your mouth and being conscious of that is a huge part of your physical fitness as well.
But you enjoy that entire process.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sure. I love
it's
that.
totally different.
All right. Well, again, the topic for this month is going to be fitness. We'll be posting a little bit around fitness. Our next couple episodes will be around fitness. So if you got any tips or if you got any thoughts in general or something you want to hear about or something we can see and review, let us know in the comments. We're going to, again, keep doing some free gas sessions on IG Live.
IG Live, baby.
You
Free
must
gas.
be following us apparently to join.
Click the
our
follow
live.
button, please.
So please go and follow us on Instagram. Yeah, you got anything else?
Nah, man, I'm good. This has been another Zen Trap Chat. I'm one of your two hosts, Yogi LG.
Zen P. If you can't do nothing else, make sure you protect your peace.
Protect your energy.
It's the Zen Trap.
We out.